Also, AOC, if you want to come on the program, let me know. And let me know, AOC, if you would like to come on the program. And I mean that in one way and one way only. So, anyway, let's move on. So, big news came out over the course of the last 24 hours about the Joe Biden administration. And I would love to spend this moment on my show. I've got a text message that ruined the introduction to this clip. Thank you very much. Thank you for sending me that textual message. Anyway, so now that I can get back on with my program, and no, I will not edit that out, let's talk about Neera Tanden. So I got a couple of articles because I know Neera Tanden decently well. She's one of my least favorite kind of like corporate ghouls out of all the corporate ghouls that I know. Neera Tanden is probably the most insufferable, the most hypocritical, and just like an overall terrible person. So here's an article from 2 years ago. So I just want to say Joe Biden has nominated Neera Tanden, or is going to nominate, for the office of like budget and management or something like that. And so this is an article from 2 years ago. The Center for American Progress staff was shocked after Neera Tanden named the anonymous harassment victim in an all-staff meeting. So imagine, right? Someone is sexually harassing you at work. Maybe they grabbed your titty or something, or they're making lewd remarks. And you go to the president of your company and you say, "Can you do something about this? Like, I feel uncomfortable. I really want to, quit my job. This is really awful. Like, can you help me get a transfer? Can you fire this guy?" Right? And then the president of this company is like, "I hear you. I see you." And then they hold an all-staff meeting and then expose you. Like what? Like, right? And this is just one example of this dumb fucking whore being just a disgusting example of just all the things that are wrong with American politics, okay? Like, she's a woman. That means she's progressive? What? That's what Joe Biden's trying to say. Joe Biden is trying to have this, like, all-female chief executive staff or whatever. And he's trying to tout it as like, "Oh, look how progressive I am. I'm progressive. Look at me. I'm so progressive." Right? And I've got a few articles lined up today, and I just want you to know, Neera Tanden is not progressive. She might be the Center for American Progress as president, but that's one of those things. Again, progress, similarly to how with the Trump supporters, liberty, like freedom, those words don't mean anything. They mean nothing. Like, when you ask what a Trump supporter means when they say freedom, right, you're going to get 15 different and opposing answers, right? And none of them are going to make any sense. And if you ask, right, one of these corporate ghouls or these corporate gangsters what the word progress means, they're just going to say, "Oh, well, I have a woman on my staff, so I'm progressive." That's what this means. So again, progress, progressive, it doesn't mean anything. In a world where Elizabeth Warren is a progressive, the word progressive doesn't mean a damn fucking thing. So, let's read. This is 2 years ago. So again, 2 days after the BuzzFeed News unveiled allegations of sexual harassment and retaliation at one of the nation's top liberal think tanks, the Center for American Progress's president, Neera Tanden, met with staff to restore confidence in the organization's ability to handle the issue and ensure that the employees feel safe. But during the meeting Wednesday afternoon, again, this is 2 years ago, but still, Tanden named the anonymous victim at the center of that story. What? A revelation that a CAP spokesperson said was unintentional? What? Again, oh, whoops, I accidentally exposed someone's safety. My bad. It's like, what? That's like, you should be fired immediately. You should resign instantly in shame. But she hasn't for whatever reason. And what began as a tense meeting became what 3 staffers in the room described as a textbook example of the organization's failures to appropriately handle sexual harassment cases. There is literally one thing you cannot do in this meeting, and that is out the victim, and Neera did it multiple times. So Neera's defense is that she apologized immediately, but another person that was there says that she did it multiple times. So how do you apologize and then do it again and again, right? It doesn't make any sense. It also destroys whatever small level of confidence in the system remained, one CAP employee who was in the room said in a text to BuzzFeed News. "As a manager, I don't know how I can tell staff to trust the system when the head of the organization just outed the victim in front of the entire organization. It is impossible to trust her." Again, these are the people that worked for her, right? Like, like when you're like hiring a new employee, right? And they give you like references and you call those references. Now imagine those references were saying, holy shit, please do not hire this person, they're garbage. Are you going to hire them? Well, if you do, chances are you're a dullard at Joe Biden. Neera lost the organization today, another CAP employee who was in the meeting said. There was so much angst in that room. She outed the victim, and the subject of every question was a lack of confidence in her leadership and ability to create trust within the organization. In a statement to BuzzFeed News, a CAP spokesperson said that Tanden unintentionally said complainants. Jesus, I've never pronounced that word before, I don't think. First name in the meeting today, and immediately and profusely apologized for it. Again, if you can do it multiple times, an apology at that point doesn't mean anything. She feels awful that it happened, and the victim's negative experience was compounded. She also expressed that the victim's actions in coming forward were courageous. Neera's honor was very evident in the meeting, the spokesperson said. So you can read this entire article yourself. And I would definitely say that you should. But this is the person that Joe Biden is trying to shove down our throats, saying that she's progressive. She's not progressive, okay? This person is garbage. This person is trash, all right? Pure and utter trash. And I've got a lot of examples of this garbage that I would like to show on this day. But for now, let's just leave it at this one. Jesus, though. What a terrible person. Like I cannot even imagine like a situation where you're in like the worst move at the worst time for what like your whole LARP is, you know? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.